Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 5. Today we're going to go ahead and finish this villager trading hall. It's going to be another talking episode. I'm going to kind of work through it and we'll build it up in stages, but we will finish it today. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I'm going to cut back over and we'll finish this thing up. Alright everyone, we're back and we're going to go ahead and try to finish up this build. Let me go ahead and show you what we've done so far. As you can see, I've got both sides of this building matching each other. I did a little bit more work. Let me come around here. You can see we've got all the lanterns, but what we did for this front is I did this little archway and put some windows back there, and just gives it a little bit of detail in the front, again using the doors as the shutters, and created just a nice little entranceway for our building. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop on down. We're going to go ahead and finish this build up. As you can see, I've already got the roof laid out. So, try to save a little bit of time. I'm getting everything ready for us to go to finish this up. I wanted to, again, use the same kind of building techniques as what's been generated for these villages. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the same kind of log setup as the roofs of these houses here, and we're going to hop on down and finish this build. So let me hop on in here. I did do iron doors and a button just because we're going to have villagers. They're not going to be very secure at all in here, so we definitely don't want any zombies breaking through the doors and taking out our villagers. Down here we're going to go ahead and finish this up as well as soon as we finish the roof. All these little blocks is where the villagers are going to land in their minecarts and just kind of sit here. And because this is just a 2 wide walkway and all this will be kind of walls and where the villagers come down, there's not much I can do to make it look fancy where, the villagers come down and maybe there's like a little block in front of them. And so that's why the iron doors are a must, because the villagers basically just going to be sitting right here in the open, which will be fine as long as we keep everything lit up and secure in here. We're going to use some nice wood for the floor, and again maybe do like a little storage area over here in the corner. So let's hop on up and we'll take a look at what we got going on up here. And up here, as you can see, we've done a little bit of work. We've added a staircase here just so I'm not hopping up and down blocks. Makes it easy to get up here. This will be our brewing station, where once we get everything we can make our potions to cure the zombie villagers. I moved the ladder to this side of the wall just for easy access up and down. And up here we are ready to go ahead and start putting on our roof. If you remember, I had said earlier that I kind of had this all shut off so I could get everything built and wasn't having to worry about the villagers and everything. But I'll go ahead and show you quickly how all this is supposed to work. So the villagers will be bred in this area here. And we'll kind of just wait for them to grow up, and then once they do, we'll open these up, so that'll retract these blocks, and the water, as you can see from in there, will flow them into here, and we'll shut that off. And right here is where I can do some basic trading just to make sure that they're the kind of villagers that I want. If they're not the kind of villagers that I want, right here we've got some lava bucket, or if I have just way too many villagers bred and the system's backing up. Now that the water's cut off from there, I can easily just let this out. This will take care of the villagers without me having to do anything to them. Hit the button again, the lava comes back in. But if they are the villager that I want, what I'll do is I'll hit this button here, and that'll bring the water out to this cylinder, or to this wall right here. And then we're gonna flip that switch, which allows them to flow in here. That should be on. So they'll flow in here, and then the zombie will attack them. It'll turn it into a zombie villager. Once that happens, we will again close this off, making sure that they can't escape. We'll open this back up, and we'll hit this one, and this will flow the water, connecting to the rest of the water streams, and they'll flow on down. And then end up down in our minecart where we can cure them. So that's pretty much the system. Works pretty well. It's going to work good for what we need. Go ahead and grab my water back from there. So now the system's reset and we're ready to go for the next villager. So So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and get the roof put on this. We're going to get the downstairs finished where all their stations are going to be. It should be pretty quick and simple. Then we'll go ahead and do one last look on the build. Kind of just do a good walk around. Then I'll go ahead and start breeding up some villagers. And we'll be done with this one. On the next episode, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and continue to work in the village and try and get some of these other houses fixed up a little bit and make them look just a little bit better. Small details can go a long way. So that's, I think, what we're going to do in the next video. I'm really excited because we're getting really close to fixing up that nether portal and getting it going. Hopefully, probably not next episode, but I'm believing the episode after that is we're definitely going to do some adventures in the nether. Really looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, especially because I haven't been in the nether since the new update. I've seen videos of other people in the nether, and I've seen all the blocks and all the new stuff that they've added for this update, but I'm definitely looking forward to kind of just experiencing it for the first time. It's looking like we might get ready to have to sleep here in a second. But also, we just found out all the new updates that are coming in, I guess it'd be about a year from now. And man, they announced so much for the Minecon this year. And I think that I think it's gonna be good. I was not really disappointed with everything. I know a lot of people were upset with the glow squid that it got the vote, but there's so many different ways that I think it's gonna work. I've got a bunch of different ideas. I was already planning on doing some water stuff in the future. Let me hop down to sleep before it gets too dark. Oh, that is not where I wanted to fall. Wow. Okay, so a little bit of luck, but I'll get out of that all right. Yeah, so there's some stuff that I was planning on doing in the ocean coming up pretty far from now. I mean, it wasn't in the next couple episodes or nothing, but I think the stuff that I want to do, the whole glow squid and all that's going to work really well with the areas that I kind of want to create and the atmospheres that I want to create in the far future episodes. But I think there's just so much that's coming out in these new episodes or these new updates that are gonna it's gonna just change Minecraft like it always does. I mean, every time they bring out something new, I mean, it changes the game drastically, and usually for the better for the most part. We had the aqua update, the water update. We had the villager pillager update. And, every time it changes the game mechanics just a little bit more, it keeps it interesting to play. It makes it where the game doesn't get old and still. And, for the older players that have been playing Minecraft forever, it gives them something new, something interesting. And then for the new players, it brings some new people in because they might see something that they're interested in and want to give Minecraft a try. So I think it's going to be really good. The Warden. Let's talk about the Warden for a second. So one of the things that I hate doing the most in Minecraft, other than villagers, because villagers are pain, but once you mess with them a few times, you kind of figure out their mechanics. You know how they work. So you can kind of work around them and get them to do what you need to do with a little bit of effort. But the Warden is reminding me of the Wither in a way, and I have this like love-hate relationship with the Wither because I really hate battling the Wither. There's been a couple times back in the past that it didn't go so well. Messed up a bunch of my world trying to fight the Wither. I've gotten better since then, but it's still a pretty big task, especially in Bedrock Edition. It seems like the Wither is much harder to defeat in Bedrock than it is, say, like in Java or something like that. I might not have enough wood for this. But it's looking like it's gonna be on the level just about of the Wither, which I don't know if how to feel about it. I don't know if I'm excited or what, but we're gonna see how it plays out. But we're getting the new lush caves. That's exciting. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to do there because we're getting all these new bushes and I love landscaping. Like as you can see with that area over there, like landscaping is just one of them things where I can get on here and just start working, creating this atmosphere around a build that I've done. And I can do it for like hours, I can just keep going and going and going, building these, gardens and different stuff like that. So I think the lush caves are probably going to be one of my favorite parts to the new update, if not the favorite. And then of course we have the the new cave generation. So the caves are gonna oh man, I was like, man, did I run out of wood? Nah. All right, so I think I'm just gonna have enough for this. But the new caves are gonna generate differently, so we're gonna have much bigger caves, which is exciting because I do love to build in caves. A lot of times, most of the times, actually, my base. This is one of the first times. Well, not first time, but this is one of the very few times that my base has been above ground. I normally do a cave base, and I like it because there's just something about being down in the caves and creating this base down there, and I feel like you have a lot more freedom to build in the caves than you do in the overworld. Even though you can build these crazy structures, and it doesn't take quite as much work in the overworld because you don't have to dig everything out like you do in the caves and everything. But with this new update, we're going to have these huge voids, and I think that's really going to help be able to do these massive underground bases and stuff, because you're not going to have to take days to dig all this stuff out. It's already going to be open and exposed, and all you're going to have to do is go in there and just kind of add your own details, and I think that's going to be really, really interesting. But with that, we've gotten the roof done as I ramble along. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying this episode. It's a little bit different. Again, I'm still not quite used to trying to figure out a whole bunch of topics to talk about, but we'll get through it, and as I continue, I'll get a little bit better at talking with y'all, and we'll see how this series progresses. So this is pretty much done. The roof is done. I am going to do some details up here, but again, I don't have all the resources that I want. The resources I want are in the nether, so I'm going to leave this open on this side and over there for now. But once we get to our nether episodes, we'll go ahead and we'll get that finished up. So let's head on down, and what we'll do, actually, let me head back up just to be safe. I want to put some more torches up here because you never know. Let's be safe instead of sorry. So I'm going to add some torches around randomly just to make sure that all this area is lit up well and that we're not going to have any issues. And I just found my first issue, but I mean, I can make it work. I'm going to have to put a, let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to have to change this staircase because this was my way up here to feed the villagers. But now it's not. And I know some of y'all are going to be going crazy right now the same way that I'm going crazy. And the fact that this village breeder does not line up perfect with the center of this roof, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. So let's go ahead. I think we'll just do a cobble staircase for now. I don't like the way that looks, but that's what we're gonna go with. So we'll do a cobble staircase right here. Just no, I don't want to turn it. I was gonna turn it, but let's just leave it straight for now. And then I'll do something to make this look a little bit better later, but that way I can at least get up here and feed the villagers. So let's continue with our lighting, and then we'll hop down and and we'll go ahead and finish this up. We're looking pretty. Oh no. Okay. Ooh, got scared there for a minute. I thought I was about to have to bust my redstone. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. Maybe a torch over here, and maybe one right there, and one right there. You can never have too much lighting in Minecraft when it comes to protecting your villagers. So let's hop on down. This will be pretty quick as well. We're just gonna finish this little area up here. I've already got it kind of mapped out, so it won't take but just a moment. So we'll go ahead and put these walls up, and you can kind of get the feeling for what we're going to be going with in here. Again, it's going to be pretty tight. There's not a whole lot of room in this build. I normally like my villager halls to be open with plenty of space, but you know, again, working inside this village, you just kind of got to go with what you got. So that's what we're going to do. So here we go. One more block there, and as you can see, this side is completely done. And then we're going to go right over here, and we're going to continue this one. So we'll put these blocks here, go here, and there we go. Almost done. And then all we got to do is we'll put in our floor, and this build will pretty much be done, other than the little bit that I've got to come back and do at the top. Oh no, I did not have enough wood. Okay, let me go get some wood, and we'll talk about finishing this build. So let me grab some of this wood. I did run out because, you know, I thought my math was a little bit off. I thought that when I added it up, I was a little bit shy, but that's okay. We can grab some over here. So the build is fairly done. Again, there's a black stone in the nether. It's the new stone bricks that's what was it? It's the new stone bricks that was released in the last update for the nether update, and I really want to use some of that black stone to kind of do highlights in this area. And then again, the top that I left open, I kind of want to add some of that in there as well. I think it's going to look really good. It's going to give it just that look, because right now, see, it's a very gray palette, and with those blocks in the nether, just that little bit of color variation, I think it's going to really set it off and make it look a lot nicer. So that's kind of what we're waiting for to completely finish. Oh, he scared the mess out of me. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for to be able to finish this build completely. But you know, we've got it mostly done. It's functional now. We'll be able to do our trading to start getting our villagers prepped, getting the right villager. Pretty much what I'm shooting for first is I need a mending villager, and what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and get a mending villager, and I'll get him in that stage right before I turn him into a zombie villager, and then hopefully I can keep him around long enough while we finish all this stuff up to go to the nether and you know, get all the resources that we need. The first thing we're going to have to do when we go to the nether, though, is we are going to have to find a fortress, because I am going to need some blaze rods to get that brewing station up and running. But you know, we're getting really close. One more episode to finish up the village, and then we're going to go ahead and hop into the nether, get some of our nether goodies. And you know, if I can get a mending villager, what I'll probably do is I'll just go ahead and trade a couple times with them just to get a few mending books if I can. I'd probably get enough resources to do that, and you know, then we'll worry about cheaper trades as we go. Again, back here, you know, it's going to kind of be dead space, so we want to make sure we got plenty of light, because we're not really going to be back here too much. I might extend it if I need more storage, but I don't really think I'm going to need that much storage, not with a trading hall this small. So we're going to put up our wall here. Only got one, so I'm gonna have to make a few more of these, but that's okay. We can go make a couple of those in just a minute. Get my shovel out. So we'll go ahead. I'm gonna have to take them pressure plates up as well for a moment, but that's okay. And we'll take this out. And I've lucked up, really lucked up with this shovel, getting the silk touch and the unbreaking, because it's really nice to have a bunch of grass blocks when you're doing some of these builds, you know, doing these little areas where you're making a garden and you don't really want to wait for the grass to grow back to kind of see what it's going to look like. Let me get some light in here as well so y'all can see what we're doing and so we don't get attacked. There we go. Went the long way around for that one, didn't I? But you know, it's I think this build's coming along pretty well. It's not exactly what I normally build, but I think it's still pretty nice. I had an idea in my head and it came out pretty close to what I was looking to achieve. Again, you know, anytime that you come up with an idea in Minecraft, it always throws you some sort of a curveball where you start building on it and then it just kind of sends you down a different path and you realize, you know, maybe I'm going to change something here, or you know, and it kind of grows organically. That's how my builds go normally. You know, I start with something and then I kind of just see where it takes me. Even though if I have a set plan, you know, the plan is set in stone, this is exactly how it's going to come out. Somehow I always end up changing it. I still didn't make enough. But you know, that's part of the fun of the game. You know, you can go in and switch stuff up and you never know what you're going to really end up with, unless you have a completely, you know, pre-built idea that maybe you go into like creative or something like that for a world. I know a lot of people do that. They'll go into creative and kind of design out their buildings ahead of time, especially when they're mega structures. And you know, usually when they do that, it's going to come out pretty close to, if not exact, for what they've designed. But you know, I like to just kind of go with the flow. So this is the area. We're pretty much done. Let's see if we can get a nighttime shot. See, there's every time it doesn't, nothing else will spawn right here except for these creepers. It drives me crazy. It's there, and then this little area over here. I have not once since I've been building here seen like a skeleton or a zombie or anything spawn right there. It's always a creeper. I'm just waiting because it's going. They blew me up a few times, but look at this. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. I'm waiting for them to hit my build the wrong way one time, and I'll be really upset. Let's take this guy out around the corner real quick, and then we'll see if we can't get a nice view here at night of the build. There we go. So we'll run around over here, and there it is. You know, did I miss something up there? Oh no, that's just a zombie. Nice. So I'm gonna have to do some work up there to make sure we don't get a lot of mobs spawning. What I might do is I might just run maybe some brown carpet up there, or string, one or the other. I'll kind of play with it off camera and see what looks best. I really don't like running a bunch of string, and I think the brown carpet might do well because you really don't see the top of it that much, or you don't see it from a top view. So that'll work. But what we're gonna do is up in this area here. Thought I heard you creeping up. All right, so what we're gonna do up in this area is we're gonna add that new stone that's in the nether right there, and then we'll do a little bit of work here. Probably add maybe some stone slabs or some stone fence to kind of just break that up a little bit and give it a little bit of a nice look with a little bit of detail. But I'm going to hop back down here. I think this is pretty much where we're going to end the video. And I'm going to go ahead and do some work with the villagers, go ahead and get some breeding done. And then what we'll do is we'll come back on the next episode and we'll go ahead and start working on all these houses. I'd like to try and knock out all these houses in one episode. It's not a very big job, just going in and changing a few things on each one of them. And then I think that'll be done for the village, other than, you know, a little bit of landscaping and some gardening and stuff, try to make everything look a little bit better. But again, I'll probably do that off camera in between episodes, so that when we come back, the episode after the next one, we'll be going to the Nether. So with that, I think we're going to just kind of break it off here. The build is done for the most part. I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to hop up here and we're going to sign off and say I will see you in the next episode.